Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Sorry, another stream. My apologies. It looks like the first stream went down. I have no idea why. It lasted like 30 seconds and then cut off. This one seems to be okay for now, touch wood. I am on a brand new internet. So potentially we could have issues with that, but let's keep our fingers crossed and see if we can get all the way through the stream. I did see some of you message me about the stream being down, so thank you for that. It does, it really helps, so I really appreciate that. But we'll get right into the stream then. We are in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 today, and we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Orbx Brisbane version 2 for Microsoft Flight Sim. It is available for both sims. But right now I just can't get the performance out of 2024 to be flying airliners. GA is flying great in 2024, so I'm going to do some GA flights in the in 2024, but for now with airliners, I'm sticking to 2020 for the Microsoft Flight Sim side of things. So yeah, we are going to be taking up this beautiful PMDG 737-800 in a retro Qantas livery. I was looking for Qantas liveries earlier today, and I was just going to go with a pretty normal modern Qantas livery, but then I saw this lovely retro livery and thought, oh, we're going to go for that for sure. So yeah, that is that. Strudel, welcome. I saw you became a member, so thank you very much for that, and you've also donated $5 US. Thank you so much. Afternoon in an Australian accent, of course. Oh, I guess we'll say good day, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support, and we will have our members only stream on Wednesday, guys. So Wednesday 1900 Zulu, we will have our members only stream for the month of June, so that should be a lot of fun. Hey Caleb, welcome, and Stan, welcome. Glad to see you all here. Yeah, Nasty developers still releasing scenery for 2020. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great seeing Brisbane in 2020 and 2024. And by the way, when you get one, you get the other. It will automatically, you have to sort of purchase it again, but it's a free purchase, if that makes sense. So you can't use the same file, if that makes sense, for both sims. You do need to install them separately on the Orbx installer, but it's super easy. And you automatically get access to both, which is really cool. So we are here at let's see here, let's zoom out. We are here at lovely Fly Tampa, Sydney here, and it's a beautiful day. We're not live time because it's night time. We are live weather, so it's a beautiful winter day in Sydney, which is really cool. Let's jump into the cockpit, and here we are in the PMDG triple. No, this is the 737, not a triple. And let's take a look at the route then. So here we are at Sydney. It's looking like we're going to take runway 25 today for the departure, which is nice. A super short taxi. We'll see what we get when we get our clearance. And then we're going to get vectors to Olsen here, and then we're flying up the coast. Should be pretty beautiful actually, if we don't have too much cloud. But yeah, up the coast all the way up here to Brisbane. I think, yeah, we're overflying the Gold Coast as well, or it depends what arrival. When I did a test sector, it gave us this blacker arrival here, so we might get that. The waypoints here are slightly screwed up because of the flight plan and it not transitioning to the SID, sorry, to the star. But that'll all get sorted out as we get closer. We'll get vectored and directs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the plan at the minute. And we should hopefully be landing on runway 19 left with the ILS as well, so should be good. It's a nice flight, about 1 hour 15 here, which is pretty good. Let's see, let's do that. All right, cool. So that is the route for today. I have that up on my tablet, so I don't need that here. And I guess we will get straight into it. I think, let me just check my Elevatex. It is tracking lovely. I think we're good to go. We are using the Boris sound pack today. It's a beautiful sound pack, really good. Is the Boris sound pack. So lights on. Let's get the flight temperature a little bit heavy on the on VRAM slightly, so we may get some small stutters. I just need to get my tablet, where is it, the EFB, real quick. Where is the EFB settings? I think it's somewhere. Oh, flight tablet, there it is. All right. Here we are. Okay, so now we can go ground operations and request the ground power. There it goes. And come on. There it goes. Alright. And we'll head on to ground power, and the aircraft comes to life. There it is. ADIS, we'll go straight to nav. And that's ground power back. We've got AC and DC volts looking good. Yeah, we'll get the panel lighting up a little bit here. Seatbelt signs, chime auto, everything else looks good. Hydraulics can come online. Position is on the steady setting at the minute. Let's do our pressurization here as well. So we're going up to flight level 370. I think I just had my first ever CTD in X-Men 12. Oh no! Maybe it's not a great day for flight sim. Right, what's our landing elevation at Brisbane then? Let's see. Brisbane. Of course, we'll take an in-depth look at Brisbane once we get there. Landing elevation 15 foot. I'm going to leave that on 0 for now then. Packs auto, isolation valve auto, bleeds are on. And that all looks good to go then. So, what we're going to do is let's call up GSX and let's request refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
We'll request boarding. Request
Please don't
catering.
load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay. So here we are. I don't know why we parked so far forward. Hopefully the jetway. We're not using a jetway. I guess we're using stairs. All right. Brilliant. I remembered actually I should have got a GSX profile for here, but oh well, it's looking fine for now. Let's head back here and do our performance. Sorry, our position in it.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Came back. Good. Hit remove magic squares from better push button menu. Hit save, but nevertheless. Oh yeah, sometimes that causes a long
Fuel
stutter.
truck is in position.
Changing the better pushback settings.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Let me just get my lights sorted here actually. Get some lovely panel lighting.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
So it should do it automatically on. Yeah, look at this. Does it automatically? We'll verify it later, but it should sort itself out. We are here at Yankee Sierra Yankee. And we'll grab our position from the GPS. There it is, and we'll go to route, and we'll just empty this and request it. And oh, we need to actually go to request the data.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Attach pushback token now. Yeah, we might as well. It'll speed things up later. I want to board both.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Alright, here we are. I will just select the routes because it's going to do the fuel balance for us. And we are Qantas 500 today, QFA 500. They're just going to connect. We're not actually going to call for pushback yet. Let's see, runway is 25, and I think at
Please
the moment,
use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Let's call up the
departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, let's call up.
Crew
let's get the 80s
starting.
first. So, what's the 80s frequency? Mods, I am monitoring the Discord as well, so if the stream goes down or anything, I will be monitoring that chat. Just do let me know.
Locking gear.
Anyway, ATIS 11855.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Please don't continually shout at me about the fuel. How much did we need? We had a block of 6169. How much have we got? 6.3. Hopefully it doesn't keep shouting at me. If not, I'll do it manually. 11855 for the Aegis. Yeah, like I said, I'm on a completely new internet.
Please
so
use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, you know what? How about you stop shouting at me about the fuel? How much do we want? 6169. is how much we want. Same tensions, Trudel. Yep, using same tensions today. Alright, that's the ATIS.
0 feet. Arriving and departing runways 34 left, 25, 34 right. Transition level 105, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Victor.
So, QNH was 1021.
Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport, information Victor. 1900 Zulu. Wind 295 at 6.
Victor.
Visibility
Okay,
6. Sky
clearance.
conditions. No cloud detected.
1338.
Temperature 7.
So
Please
let's
use
put
your airplane
1338.
fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I did. Why are you shouting at me? Can I cancel the fuel? This is the only thing with GSX and PMDG, the integration isn't amazing. I might cancel it. Yeah, you know what? We'll restart that. And I'll just put them in manually, so... Let's see. So, fuel is set. Payload was... How many passengers? 114. So that's set there, 114. So our zero fuel weight is 54.6 on here and 54.6 on SimBrief, so that matches as well. So I think we're good for our payload actually. We will just cancel that and we'll use it for pushback later. Four terabyte SSD for authors. Perfect. That's perfect. Right, clearance delivery is what we're doing, wasn't it? 1338. And we'll talk to these guys and get our clearance. I will just check. Oh no, what was it? 8. Yeah, 1338. Let me check something here. So yeah, SimBrief override's good. Do we have our... we don't. Let's set some cabin crew. Oh, right. Right, we got some cabin crew as well, using same intentions. Let's call up... let's check what stand we're at, actually, first. We are stand 38. Alright, let's go. Sydney clearance, Qantas 500, stand 38. Information Victor on board, aircraft type 737-800. Request IFR clearance to Brisbane, please.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Alright, we'll give them a second to grab that.
Qantas 500, information Victor is correct. Cleared to Brisbane. After departure, fly radar vectors TESAT, then as filed. Departure runway 25, initial climb to 4000. Departure on 124.4, squawk 2261.
Cleared to Brisbane. After departure, fly radar vectors TESAT, then as filed. Departure runway 25, initial climb 4000. Departure on 124.4, squawk 2261. Qantas 500. Alright, so 4000 is our initial altitude.
Qantas 500, readback, correct. Ground is on 121.7, safe flight, sir.
Ground on 121.7, Qantas 500. Good stuff. Let me put that frequency in now before I forget. 1217.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Qantas Flight 500,
There's
departing
our
from
cabin
Sydney
crew.
to
I'm gonna
Brisbane.
turn
We are
that
delighted to
down
have
a
you with
little
us
bit.
today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you.
Okay.
If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our
4,000,
wonderful crew members.
well,
Myself,
that's
Alejandro El Hombros y Paellas y
Runway
Haciendas
back to
Garxat de la
departure
Torre y
1244.
Pisorres del Campo Rodríguez de Arrieta, alcalde municipal del Real Madrid, along with my colleagues Mia, Liam, and Zoe. Oh, and just a quick note, on June 28th and 29th, members of the SI Intentions cabin crew will be participating at the Flight Sim Expo in Providence, so feel free to chat with us about that. Thank you for choosing Qantas, and gracias.
That's really cool. Looks like SI Intentions have added a little message about Flight Sim Expo. That's cool. I've never heard that one before. That must be new. That's really cool. Alright, 2261 then on the transponder. Yeah, I love SI Intentions. I really do. It's just, it's different every time. Every time you fly, it's different. You know, it's not perfect. You do get some times where it will try and vector you into a mountain, or it will do something a little bit silly. But for the most part, it's pretty good. You just got to stay vigilant. You don't always listen to its instructions, maybe. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'll pass along your comments when I see them. Oh, brilliant. Stan, I hope you have a great time at FS Expo. I'm hoping to maybe come next year. Is the plan at the minute, hopefully. Should be good. Be nice to see everyone in person as well. Yeah, I really like SI Intentions. I really, really do. Yeah, I use it. There we are. Once you use it for a flight, it's so difficult to go back without it. 296 106. Yeah, absolutely. So 296 106 for the wind. Everything else is fine. If I just look at the ATIS, that's fine. Alright, cost index is 60 today. Reserves are 6.2. Oh no, that's blocked. Whoops. Reserves 1.9. Thought that was a bit high. No, wrong one. This one. There it is. Right, now we can autofill, hopefully. There. Brilliant. Put that in. Departure, arrival. We are departing vectors. So no no SID today, and then it'll be runway 25. So we'll put that in. Arriving then, we're going to be at the minute ILS 19 left on the Black 6 Alpha with the Betso transition, so we'll put that in. And this is how it's looking so far. Let me just fix up the flight plan. But we can amend this as we get closer. And that needs to go there. Oh, right. And VNAV has done its thing. Good stuff. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. Now, of course, if you want the links to any of the airports, or the sound pack or the aircraft, you can just put exclamation aircraft, DEP for departure, ARR for arrival, exclamation SP for sound pack, if you wanted that as well. And Nightbot should give you the link. So there goes the APU. You can hear it. And I'm going to set runway heading because we're going to depart runway heading. Runway heading is 242. So 242, flight directors can go on, auto throttle can go on. let's see here. Let's do our performance. So we'll import from OFP. It's 2.5. We'll import this from the aircraft. Import the weather. And hit calculate. So we're doing takeoff 1, select temp of 49. So takeoff 1, selected temp of 49. Gives us an N1 of 88.4, and we'll confirm that. There it is. Flaps were 5, and V speeds 135, 136, 141 is what we have here. Good stuff. And we'll get our trim set. So 499. Put that in. Basically just 5. Oh, hello stutter. No, Microsoft Flight Sim. It's not responding to me. I think it's lost our scaling. There it is. Lost our scaling. I don't know why it sometimes freezes up like that. You have to restart lost our scaling. Only happens on Microsoft Flight Sim. It's a bit strange. Right, at least it wasn't a crash though. V2 was 141. So set that, and yeah, we actually won't select that stuff yet. APU is on, so we'll switch to the APU gen. And APU gen, we've got AC volts there, good. And we'll go APU bleed now as well. Alright, pretty much ready to go here. Let's go ground operations and release the ground power. And we'll remove the chocks as well. And we'll set the parking brake. Alright, I think we are ready to go. So, final flows then. We'll get all our fuel pumps on. I don't think we have anything in the center tank. We don't. Everything else here looks good. Window heats can come on. No anti-ice is required. Let me check the weather actually. It's 7 degrees, but there's no precipitation. So yeah, we're fine there. Let's get the door closed. So we'll get that closed. Just wait for it to close. There it is. Good. Got in touch with the Symbit World Dev CEO. The reason I couldn't email them is because he's locked out the email. He DM'd me, I got my problem fixed. Good. I'm glad you got the fix, and I'm glad he gave you some good product support. Ovidio is a great guy. We've worked with him a little bit in the past with the release of a Grand Tour. And yeah, I love Symbit World. It's really, really good. So yeah, I'm glad you got that issue sorted. It's always good to hear of devs providing great support. And alright, let's go ahead and get our pushback. And let's, did we go on to ground? We did. What's tower? I'm going to preset tower now. 119.45.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
119.45 is set. That's tower frequency. Let's get our push and start clearance. Sydney ground, Qantas 500, stands at 38. Request push and start.
Completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Qantas 500, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Qantas 500. Alright.
Locking gear.
Right, brakes RTO then. Everything else is fine. Let's get anti-collision light on. And fasten seatbelt signs can go on as well. Everything else up here looks good. Should get a nice pushback here in just a second once they've lifted us up as they're doing now. So we're going nose left tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Oh, I haven't. My controls are set up for the Dukes. I've been flying the Dukes. I got them. Really fun. Let me just set these up. Oh yeah, this needs to go to default, and then this needs to go to Boeing's. I believe I have a preset, or did I just use? I think I was just using the 787 preset. So annoying that it's not automatic like I explained, but there you go. I think this is what we're using. Yep.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Good, alright, I think we are good to start our engines then. So let's go, packs off.
Captain, the cabin is ready for departure.
Good stuff. Alright, so they're ready for departure. Let's go and start number 2 first.
500, departing from Sydney to Brisbane. We are delighted to have you with us today. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and store your hand luggage in the overhead
Watch
bins
the
or under
N2
the
rise
seats in
here.
front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to our wonderful crew members, Mia, Liam, Zoe, and Jack. Our captain today is Drishal, and the first officer is Ace. We expect to be in the air for about 1 hour and 22 minutes.
25%, there it is. We'll put the fuel in. Yeah, so I got the Dukes for X-Plane. Sorry, for Microsoft Flight Sim, the piston and the turbine Dukes, and guys, they're so much fun. Black Square have done an amazing job on these aircraft. They are really good. The detail is just insane, especially in the systems, and I'm sure you would have seen in the tablet. The you can get like a visual schematic of the electrical systems, the turboprop engines, the piston engines. You can see the pistons individually, like exactly what they're doing, how much fuel is in them, when the spark plugs are firing. Super cool stuff. As you know, I have a background in aerospace engineering, so that sort of stuff is really interesting to me. So yeah, we'll be flying the Dukes, but also the Starship from Black Square, which is on another level, by the way. It's coming out on Thursday, so we should be flying that as well pretty soon. I'm looking forward to them, I really am. I don't know why we have a vertical speed of 600 feet per minute here, which is a bit strange.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
In real life, I'm not sure I would dispatch with that like that, because that does indicate some sort of sensor issue.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine
this is just
start.
a bug
You can disconnect.
in the aircraft, considering failures are off. Got a good start on number 2. Let's start number 1. Oh yeah, there we are. See, it sorted itself out. Interesting. Do I have my filters enabled? I do. Oh, but they're not available for some reason. No idea why my filters are not available. I thought Microsoft Flight Sim looked a little bit different than normal. Oh well. I do have Rex Atmos going, although with the clear skies, I'm not sure how much of a difference it's making. But oh, those sounds!
Bypass pin removed.
The bass on those sounds are just fantastic. Hey Owen, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. Alright, and oh, I hit my phone. Let's set flaps 5 because these flap sounds are amazing. You know, it's uncanny how similar they sound to real life. Both this and the Zero have some of the best sounds in you know, almost any aircraft, and they just sound amazing. I'm sure many of you have flown on the 787, 767, sorry, 737. Geez, there. we get the right one in the end, the 737, and it sounds exactly the same. It's so weird. It's so weird sitting in a 737 and hearing these sounds just like the sim. Alright, flaps 5 set. I think they've disconnected. So we have a good start on both engines. Let's get on the gens. On the gens, APU off, APU bleed off. Where taxi lights on. Alright, let's get our taxi clearance then. Sydney Ground Qantas 500 ready to taxi to runway 25.
Qantas 500, taxi to runway 25 via Golf 4 Echo.
Golf 4 Echo to runway 25, Qantas 500. Good. Alright. Use the parking brake here. There it goes. Get a bit of power in and away we go. Fun fact, I've never flown but always been interested in aviation. Oh wow. Strudel, I would highly recommend trying to do a GA discovery flight. Flying in airlines is great, but all GA is something else. I remember the first time flying in a GA aircraft, and it's proper flying, you know? It's so much fun. Hey Owen, I'm using Sane Tensions AI today for the ATC. And the main benefit and reason I use it is, one, you get coverage wherever you are. So, you know, today I wanted to fly this route. Chances are right now there's no VATSIM or IVAO controllers on online, because it's something like 4 in the morning or something for Australia right now. So, you know, the great thing is you always have ATC, and of course it's compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane, which is another huge bonus. Yeah, it's really good. I do like it. Not as good as a human controller would be, but pretty good for what it is, in all honesty. Alright, this is Golf. By the way, this flight tamper scenery is great. I have it for Microsoft Flight Sim and I have the X-Plane 12 version. Both are really, really nice. Highly recommend. And yeah, like I said, this Boris sound pack on the PMDG is so good. I can't wait for him to release one, hopefully for the 777 as well. PMG sounds are not bad by default, but you know, PMDGs kind of do need a sound pack to be really good and be up to standard with the likes of Phoenix or iFly. And these are really good, this sound pack. It is fantastic. Like I said, if you were to... last time I flew on the 737, the first thing I did is got home, flew the Zebo and flew this with the sound pack, and the cabin sounds are exactly what I was hearing in real life. It is so weird, but also very cool. I'm going to select heading and VNAV for now. And we'll zoom out of here. We'll get the weather radar on. There's nothing about, but I will turn it on.
Contact tower 133.95. Take care.
133.95. Qantas 500. Right, that's a different frequency than we were expecting, but that's fine. Let's get back on track. My wife got me an introductory flight on a 172 for my birthday 18 months ago. It was awesome. The sim had me fully familiar with checklists and where everything was located. Crazy good. Yeah, the sim is so good for stuff like that. It really is. When I'm doing my PPL lessons on a 152 at the minute, and I can fly the Just Flight 152 in X-Plane exactly the same. I mean, same power settings, pitch power is all the same. I can fly it the same as I would in real life, and it's great. It's so similar to the real thing, and such a good training tool as well. Let's let these guys know we are here. Why can't I? There we are. What was our departure frequency? 1244. I'm gonna just get that preset ready to go, so we don't have to mess around too much on the departure. Alright. Sydney Tower, Qantas 500 is ready for departure, holding short runway 25. But yeah, flying GA is so much fun in real life. Wrong frequency. What? 13395. Sydney Tower, Qantas 500, holding short runway 25, fully ready.
Qantas 500, Sydney Tower, runway 25, wind 325 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 25, Qantas 500. Alright, we are cleared for takeoff. Quick config check, that's all good. Oh, lights on. Continuous on the engine start, strobe and steady here. Everything else is good. We've got TARA on the transponder, just slow down a little bit. And we will get out of here. Alright, here we go, we'll spoil them up, 40%. We'll hit the chrono. And toga. Oh yes, those sounds.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
80 knots, we'll release the pressure on the yoke.
V1. Rotate.
Positive rate. It's going up. Don't exceed 20 degrees air pitch. Beautiful departure. And yeah, we are just flying runway heading.
500, contact departure.
Contact departure, Qantas 500. Let's do that then. Qantas, there we are. City departures, Qantas 500, currently flying runway heading, climbing to 4,000 at 2,400. Should give us a turn.
Sydney departure, radar contact, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Qantas 500. Flaps 1. And we'll climb 260. Too far. Hit the out intervent button. Pitch down slightly. Beautiful departure. Your flaps up now. And let's try and get these vectors. Sydney departure, Qantas 500, request radar vectors to TESAP.
Qantas 500, turn right heading 035 vectors for the ILS runway 19 left approach.
Right heading 035, Qantas 500. Yeah, see, this is where it might mess up a little bit. We'll see how it does. 035. If not, we'll go direct test that ourselves. Now, TESAT isn't on my flight plan, but we can always add it. If not, we'll just go direct also. Or actually, why not? Let's just request it. Sydney departure, Qantas 500, request direct to Awesome.
Qantas 500, direct to Alston approved. Proceed direct.
Direct Awesome, Qantas 500. Alright, direct Awesome. And now we can go LNAV. There we are, lovely. There's 10,000, so lights off. Here we are. And these can go off, engine starts back to normal.
Dear guests, we have just reached a safe altitude, and I am pleased to inform
There we are,
you that
lovely.
the use of electronic devices is now allowed. Feel free to
Hopefully the
connect our
sounds are okay for you
Wi-Fi
guys.
service if you wish. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight. Gracias.
Sound good? Brilliant. Look at that. Lovely livery. Alright, past the transition altitude, so we'll go standard. Here we are. Auto brake can go off. Should have a Sydney beneath us, yeah, there it is. Nice view, I just took off myself. Lovely. Where did you, what's your flight, Strudel? Where are you flying today? I don't know why the autopilot disconnected. Yeah, so in terms of my real world flying, then at the minute, we are, let's go through a nice wing view. There's the airport we just departed from. Oh, you can actually see a little bit of the city. I've just finished some of my solo consolidation flights. Now moving on to navigation, which should be a lot of fun. So some navigation, cross-country flying. Getting exciting now. Flying Mexico City to San Jose. Oh, very nice. That's a great flight. Nice views. Need a compass? Yeah, I got a bunch of equipment on Saturday. I've got the I've got charts, something we call a CRP5 here in the UK, or whiz wheel, for crosswind stuff and navigation and all that sort of stuff. What else did I get? Sky Demon, which is the European equivalent of 4Flight. So I've got that. Moving maps, basically. We can't use it on our check ride flights. Thank you, Samantha Fox. We can't use it on our check ride flights or lesson flights, but we can have it with us, even though we're not meant to use it, just in an emergency. You know, safety is paramount. We're meant to be, you know, navigating the manual way, using our charts and speed, distance, time, and corrections and all that good stuff. But of course we can have moving maps with us just in case we really do get lost. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We've got some theory exams to be doing as well. The wheel is a surprise, kind of like a circular sidewall. Yeah, it really is. It's there's two types. There's one for sort of just PPL stuff, and then one for all the proper commercial stuff. My instructor is going to teach me the commercial stuff because he knows that I will need it anyway, so kind of getting a little bit extra there, but bit bumpy in the climbs for me. Going to keep those belts on. Speaking of which, it's pretty calm. Let's get release the passengers. And yeah, now we're going to follow the coast up pretty much all the way to Brisbane. But yeah, what I plan to do is I want to, of course, be using X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim to practice some of my nav flights, and I may do a stream or two on it as well. You know, I want to do some, basically replicate the flights I'm doing in real life in the sim for you guys to see.
12500, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.0.
Melbourne Centre 125.0, Qantas 500. St. Tensions is a bit quiet right now, so I hope you can hear them. It is on full volume, but they want us to go 1250. Melbourne Centre, Qantas 500, climbing to flight level 260 for currently at 235. Did they clear us any higher than 260? No, they didn't.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon.
Hopefully they'll clear us higher pretty soon. That'll be a great stream in the 152. Yes, absolutely, in the 152. Yep. But see, then once I get taught properly how to do, you know, nav in real life, I will do some streams in the 152. But then I want to do more GA stuff. So, you know, I was talking about the Dukes earlier. I want to be flying them. The Starship is really cool. I'll be flying that as soon as it comes out. There's a load of great GA aircraft in X-Plane as well. You know, the Airfoil Labs 172, I've got that. The Just Flight Pipers, I have a few of them. So yeah, I want to bring some more GA stuff into the channel. You know, I've in the past I've focused airliners, and I love airliners, and it will still be the focus. But you know, now I'm flying GA in real life, I'm just loving it. So we'll definitely want to do that. Let me request a higher flight level, because we are meant to go up to 370 here. Melbourne Centre, Qantas 500, request flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Qantas 500. Alright. So 370, hit our intervent, and that will start the climb.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached cruising altitude, and we will now begin our snack and drink service. Today we have some delightful options for you, including our famous meat pies and refreshing beverages.
I'm going to turn the
system
down slightly. It's a little bit loud on my side.
And enjoy your flight. Gracias.
Do let me know, because I can turn up the stream sounds for you guys for the aircraft. Been flying the TalkSim BN2B with a TDS 750 installed. Love those stall landings. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Speaking of the GTN 750, I will be streaming that. It got a pretty good new update with the crossfill for the X-Plane version. So I'll be streaming that tomorrow is the plan. And I was going to let you guys pick, actually. Do you guys want me to fly the Citation 525 from TalkSim? We can fly the Piper Seminole. I've got both the Piper Seminole and the Seneca from Captain Iceman. There's one of them I need to stream, so I'll stream the one I need to stream. But we can do one of the Pipers, maybe, with the TDS device. I have the Thrander PC-12, which has the GTN 750 as well, so I'll let you guys decide. Do let me know. But yeah, we'll be taking a look at that tomorrow. If you do want to go ahead and look at it sort of after this stream, Q8 Pilot has got a great stream on it. He flew the Citation from Cardiff to Manchester last week, so do check that out. But yeah, the TDS is fantastic, and I need to try and get a copy for Microsoft Flight Sim, because the Dukes has TDS 750 compatibility, and so does the SimWorks PC-12, which I also have. So yeah, a lot of sort of GA or turboprop flying to come, hopefully. Along the coast we go. Good stuff.
Contact Brisbane Centre on 128.6.
Brisbane Centre 128.6. Qantas 500. Right, 1286. Brisbane Centre, Qantas 500, climbing through flight level 3124.370. I've been wanting to try the Airbus DA20 with a TDS. Ooh, that's interesting.
500, Brisbane Centre identified. Good afternoon.
So, looking at say intentions, let me bring you up here. It's going to give us the Black 6 X-ray arrival. We have the Black 6 Alpha arrival currently set. ILS 19 left, that's what we planned, so that's what it's giving us at the minute. Once we get slightly closer to Brisbane, we will change that so it aligns with what Say Intentions is going to give us. Make sure we have everything prepared. Yeah, should be a nice fun flight. I think everything over here still looks good to me. Volaris hired me in APL, so I'm currently flying for them at the time being. I want to eventually be hired by FedEx or United, but since I'm just starting out, there'll be some time. Yeah, that's what I love about a pilot's life. It's really cool. I'm currently flying for Jet2. In a pilot's life, I'm on the 737 and A320 family. So I need to bring some videos out on that actually. But yeah, I really like a pilot's life. Really, really good. Yeah, that's the plan this week. Is tomorrow we'll fly with the TDS 750, and then on Wednesday is our members only stream. almost at our top of climb here. Usually I fly for VH using VM6 or whatever it's called. In fact, I've flown over 140 hours for the Emirates. I guess boring, no risk, no reward. I see what you mean, yeah. I see what you mean. There's a progression in a pilot's life, which is really cool. Yeah, do let me know what aircraft we should fly tomorrow with the TDS device. Yeah, that's fair enough, Strudel. I would love an ATR. I think I said it earlier on the Discord, but I would love a good ATR for X-Plane. You know, my flight instructor flies the ATRs, so it would be super cool to have one as well. Oh, the Q4 is great. I need to fly that more often. There's a lot of planes I need to fly more often, to be fair. Look at that. Flight level 370, just pretty much getting everything out of this thing. Ground speed is a bit slow. Only 391 knots. Not great, but there you go. Yeah, look at the winds. Look at the, so this is our track. We are track up. Look, that's our heading. We are flying that way. Hefty winds. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, Owen, thank you very much. $5 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Owen. Your support is always absolutely amazing, and it has been for quite a while now, so really, I thank you very much. Yeah, 160 knots. Pretty much a direct crosswind up at 370. I don't know how realistic that is, although I wouldn't be surprised if the winds are pretty strong up here, but yeah, ground speed is not great. Pretty slow at the minute on the ground speed. Flew the 777 on a long haul once and the winds were horrible. I almost had 200 knots on the head of it. Oof. Not good. I've had that on long hauls where I've had a 12-hour flight turn into like a 13, 14, 15-hour flight because of the winds. Yeah, so our nose is off here. So our actual heading is around, what's this? That's 360, 350, 340, about 343, roughly. So we're like 20 knots, 20 degrees. It'll slip in a minute. Pretty cool. You know, in the Cessnas I fly, we fly heading up, and then we have our track pointed out by a pink diamond on the G5s. So having heading up and then your track up and then heading here is a little bit different to what I'm used to. So the Airbus is heading up, track is then shown by the green diamond, whereas this is the opposite. This is showing your track, and then you have your heading up over here. Although I know you can change it. Hey, HG Sim, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. Beautiful. I wish we had some flyby views and stuff like that. We will have Sky Dolly going for the landing, so we can look at the replay. You can see our angle of attack there, about 3 degrees, 2.8 degrees, which makes sense because if you look at our attitude here, that's showing 3 degrees on the pitch, and of course we are level, so that makes sense, and that's pretty standard for an airliner. You know, you will be cruising around 2, 3, 4 degrees angle of attack, pretty standard. And these angle of attacks are where these airfoils, which is the shape of the wing, if you're to take the 2D profile of that wing, is where they really shine. You know, your lift to drag is, you know, you obviously want a higher lift to drag ratio. So yeah, more lift, less drag. That's where you get, you know, your aircraft efficiency, as it were. And that really tends to happen, especially on these types of airfoils and these types of wing designs at about 3 degrees angle of attack. So that's why we are cruising at that. It's for max efficiency. So it might not be exactly 3 degrees, you know, it'll differentiate depending on the conditions and all sorts, but that's roughly, normally they are around 3 degrees. Doing well. I did update your light mod for X-Plane 12 Beta 7. Oh, brilliant. That sounds good. Yeah, it's the light mod is working well in the latest versions of X-Plane. I don't think there's anything I need to do to it at the minute. I do want to work on new features and maybe make it so that you don't have to reinstall it every update, because that does get annoying. So yeah, a bit of work to do on that, but like the way it looks at the minute, I'm pretty happy with, to be honest. Is there any replay available to use that's similar to X-Plane for Microsoft Flight Sim? So there is a built-in replay system where you have to, it's not like X-Plane in the sense where X-Plane you can just hit replay and it'll replay whatever. It's, you know, X-Plane's always recording in the background. Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't do that. You will have to manually record and then play it back. I find the default to be a little bit weird. It doesn't work particularly well, so I use an application called SkyDolly, which you open in the background, and just before landing you'll hit record the flight, and then you can, you know, scroll through it and do what you like. So I'll show you how it works on landing. It's not as intuitive as the X-Plane system, unfortunately, but it's not a bad alternative at the minute. You know, it's sort of the best we can get for Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, I did really want, you know, one of the biggest things for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 was a good replay system. And from what I've seen, I don't know if the inbuilt system is particularly good, but we'll see. But the X-Plane replay system is a lot better, for sure. Nice wing views today. What's the name of it? It's SkyDolly. I'll put it in chat. There it is. I can ask when I see the Azoba guys. Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. Thank you, Stan. That'd be really cool. I do hope they implement a proper replay system where you don't have to manually record, because it's very easy to forget to hit record and then you land and realize you can't go back and watch your landing, you know. One of the things I love most in flying an X-Plane is I can go back and view every single landing, and you always learn from it as well, you know. So I do miss it sometimes when I forget to hit replay on Microsoft Flight Sim and can't watch my landing. How are we doing?
1500 Brisbane Centre, contact Flight Watch Centre on 121.6.
Flight Watch Centre 121.6, Qantas 500. Alright. So, Flight Watch Centre 1216. Put that in. Flight Watch Centre, Qantas 500, holding flight level 370. Going through a little bit of cloud.
Center, good afternoon, identified.
A little bit of turbulence as we go through these clouds. I might get these seatbelt signs on for a second. We encounter a little bit of turbulence. Beautiful. lovely terrain. Look at that. Almost halfway through. Oh, nice screenshots, Strudel. I've just seen them on the Discord. Very, very nice. Guys, if you do have screenshots of your flight, we would love to see them in the Discord. Link should be in the description if you do want to join. Yeah, I can't wait to upgrade my graphics card and hopefully be able to fly in 2024 a little bit more. I did some GA flying in 2024. I actually really enjoyed it, especially with the Dukes and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to be flying airliners in 2024 as well, you know. It does seem to be getting better, it's just I think I'm VRAM limited and I don't think they're gonna optimize it enough for it to work on my 8 gig card, unfortunately. At least not for airliners. Hey, Captain Alex, welcome. APL for some reason isn't picking up my flight even though everything is connected, just realised. Oh no. That's a shame. I always tend to check that before I depart. Let's see here. About 120 nautical miles from our descent. Yeah, 120 nautical miles to go. So since although it doesn't look very much like winter, but it is winter in Australia, as far as I know. It's been a very warm last few days here in the UK, getting a nice 30 degrees most of the time. Decent weather, good weather for flying, for sure. It's 40 degrees C where I'm at, yes, so wow, crazy. Yeah, I don't think we may have had it one summer, like one day, where it got to 40 degrees, but yeah, not a regular occurrence here in the UK. Have a look at the light map here. Open up the Navigraph map actually. Looks like there's one to change. So estimated profile for cruise. Oh, stutters. Are you thinking of taking the A320 flight in 2020? One of the best planes. Really? I'll take a look. I've flown that once in Microsoft Flight Sim in 2020. I've only flown that once. I flew it in X-Plane 11. Of course, it was never brought to X-Plane 12. But yeah, we can take a look at the A310. We can fit it in somewhere, I'm sure. .40 minutes in. Won't be long till we're doing our performance calculations. Pretty good actually, but last I flew it pretty sensitive on hand flying. Right. Yeah, that's pretty standard for default Microsoft Flight Sim aircraft I've found. You know what we haven't flown in a very long time is the fly-by-wire A320. Ever since we got the Phoenix, that's pretty much all I've been flying, but I wouldn't mind taking the fly-by-wire up again. Or the A380. We haven't streamed the A380 yet. I've done, I think, 2 flights in it. But yeah, performance on that isn't great. Hence why I haven't flown it a huge amount.
1500, Flight Watch Center, expect the Black 6 X-ray arrival. Descent in about 20 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
We'll expect the Black 6 X-ray arrival, and we'll expect descent in about 20 minutes. Qantas 500. Alright, let's get that set in the FMC. And we'll descend altitude 5000 when ready. Qantas 500. Yeah, the A380 performance isn't great. It's very uses a lot of VRAM. Descend 5000 QNH 1022 when ready. Qantas 500. Yeah, I'm not descending 5000 just yet. It's very good. The Indie made it available for free to us, which was very good too. The plane looks like a fat sausage. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Right, let me just update my arrival here. That's 6 X-ray ILS 19er. Let me update this on Navigraph as well. Alright, and we can execute that. Good, that works. Works for us. Look at this. The ground looks really, really good right now. Brilliant. Apparently XP UIPC doesn't track correctly. I can't remember what version I have of XP UIC, but mine works fine. I will check what version I have and let you know on Discord. I have the free version, I just can't remember which one exactly. So how far away are we from top of the descent? 17 nautical miles, roughly. Then we will descend into Brisbane. Only my second ever flight to Brisbane. I did a test sector for today's stream and then this flight, but previously I've never flown to or from Brisbane that I can remember. direct sound loss makes a big difference as well. Oh, my shot looks pretty nice. We'll start the descent soon. 48 nautical miles. Still got a hefty crosswind here.
Contact Brisbane Centre on 130.4.
Brisbane Centre 130.4. Qantas 500. Alright, 1304. Brisbane Centre, Qantas 500, level at flight level 360.
Qantas 500, Brisbane Centre, identified. Good afternoon.
Good stuff. Let's do our performance calculation then. So we go landing en route, and we'll import from the OFP. We're doing 19er left. Reverser will be all operational. Anti-ice will be off. Aircon on. Auto brake 3 might be a bit overkill. Let's do auto brake 2. Yeah, maybe we'll do auto brake 1. That's better. Yeah, we'll do auto brake 1. That should work just fine for us. Yeah, like I said, do let me know what aircraft we should fly tomorrow.
Qantas 500, Brisbane Centre, turn right heading 045.
Ooh, we have vectors already, that's a bit early. Right heading 045, Qantas 500. That's very early for vectors, but maybe it's for spacing or something. We will comply. Nice view out the right hand side of the aircraft there. So you can see our heading is now 045. The reason we are flying what looks like, you know, doesn't look correct, but we are flying a heading of 045. Our track is different due to the wind, but that is correct. They said fly heading 045, not track. Brisbane's off to our left, just about. I don't really know why they made us turn right. Not a clue why they gave us vectors, but we'll see what happens here. It did seem very early. Left heading 020, Quantum's 500. Right, 020 now. Looks like going off route. Yeah, they gave us vectors. No idea why, but potentially for spacing or something. I think we will start a descent though. Looks like we can do so pretty soon. No worries. Yeah. Alright, let's start the descent. They did clear us already. Let's go with a nice maybe 1,000 feet per minute. Let's see how that goes. And seatbelt signs are on. Maybe we'll do a little bit more, 1,500. For 3-degree descent, you want, was it 3 times the ground speed roughly? So, I believe, which would give us 1,500. Alright, we'll see what their plan is here. It's interesting. I've never been vectored out from cruise. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Might shallow up the descent a little bit. Definitely interesting. Still not entirely sure where they're taking us. I'm really hoping they turn us left. Back towards the airport soon. We are going to descend into the cloud a little bit. Yeah. Left heading 360, Qantas 500. It's a little bit better. I think they're bringing us all the way around for the approach. Let me put the fix in here. So it's 19 left. And let's see. The ILS frequency, let's do that as well, is 1101. So 1101, we'll put that in both sides. (1101) in both sides, course of 196. Bit bumpy. There it is. Yeah, I think they're bringing us all the way around. Let's increase the rate of descent then. I'm gonna change this. Let's descend at 300. Oh, let's do 280. We'll descend that. And we'll just hit level change. That should be good. There we are. Right. The Gold Coast is off to our left at the minute. Over there. Definitely interesting vectors. So let's put 16, which is the opposite. Left heading 335, Qantas 500. Right, put 335 in. So 16 degrees is the opposite course, and then we'll put 10 nautical miles. Right. 16, maybe 016. There we are. Now you can see the extended center line. That's good. That sun is bright. No, Stan, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, we will be in the, we'll be flying the TDS in some aircraft I'll decide later. Yeah, good to have you here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Alright, descending nicely. You can see the fixed ring and all that good stuff. They really did take us on a long detour, didn't they? No idea why. I presume for separation. Separation to other aircraft, I guess. Yeah, we are descending nicely. I might just adjust that rate of descent a little bit. We can always descend faster later if we need to. What's our minimums? Let's get that set as well. Minimums 220 on the barrow. So we'll put that in. 220, we'll do the other side as well. Oh, it's already done. Brilliant. Good. Those cloud formations over there. Looking good. We're a fair bit away from the coast still. Coast is around here. Yeah, we've got a nice decent rate of descent going here. All looking good to me. And I think we'll use the hood as well for the landing. Should be pretty fun. Yeah, a lot of bit of turbulence now. Wasn't expecting to be out over the ocean today. Let's check our fuel. Looking good on fuel. Left heading 310. Left heading 310. Compass 500. Right, now we are getting back to where we should be. Looks good to me. What's the transition altitude? Let's have a look. Uh, 10,000. You can see a little bit of land there. Get a nice view of these sort of islands coming into Brisbane from the east.
Qantas 500, contact Brisbane approach on 119.25.
Brisbane approach 119.25. Qantas 500. Alright, 119.25. Let's do that. Brisbane approach, Qantas 500, currently on a heading of 310 inbound for the ILS 190 left.
Qantas 500, contact Brisbane Centre approach on 119.5. Qantas 500, Brisbane approach, identified, good afternoon, expecting ILS runway 19 left approach into Brisbane.
Expecting the, we'll expect the ILS 190 left into Brisbane. Qantas 500. Good, alright, getting somewhere. Now, what is the tower frequency? I do want to just get it preset. Tower is 1180, it looks like. We'll get that preset. See the extended centre line there, really useful. Yeah, everything is set for the landing. It look good. Just arrest that rate of descent a little bit. 1,000 feet should do. While we're at it, let's slow it down to 250. Looking good. Yeah, they gave us a huge detour. Look at this. That was our flight plan. It was actually somewhere up here we meant to go into our star, but yeah, they gave us a huge detour around all of that. No idea why. Maybe there's weather, not that I can see, but maybe they thought there was weather here or something. Yeah, this is where we're at right now. There's the runway. So we should have a good look at these islands here. over there. And alright, we'll go landing lights on. Let's get the, here we are. Landing lights on, continue, actually no, we won't do this yet. We'll go local QNH then, which is 1023. There it goes. And I'll just set 240 on the speed so we have a bit of a buffer. Left heading 285, Qantas 500. Alright, 285. Good. I'm gonna arrest this rate of descent even more. Something like that maybe. That should do us. Get Sky Dolly running. Alright. Now we're on basically a really long base load here. Yeah, huge detour. Yeah, good stuff. We've got plenty of fuel. We're not heading into our... We got reserves of, what was it, 2? I think, so still plenty. Yeah, our reserve was, or our fin res plus alternate was 1.9, so yeah, plenty. Of course, we're not burning that much now. We're not really using much power for the descent. Go around then, let's take a look. What's the missed approach procedure? Fly track 196. Then at a particular waypoint, BNE NH, which is 2.2 outbound, nautical miles from the ILS. Not below 500, left heading, track 166, incline 4000. Alright, good. So we'll make sure to have that set just in case we do have to go around. You can see the flight plan we would have flown. I presume they're going to get us to turn in pretty soon. Yeah, they gave us pretty consistent intervals for these turns, it looks like. So I wouldn't be surprised if they thought that maybe there's a bit of airspace or something not open around here. Maybe we're avoiding Gold Coast airspace. It's a pretty busy airport. I don't know. Looks like they wanted us to avoid something, for sure. So do let me know before the stream ends what we should fly tomorrow, guys. It's completely up to you. Of course, something with TDS 750 integration, since that's what we're going to be looking at. And remember, we do have our members only stream on a Wednesday.
Qantas 500, proceed direct, Charlie Foxtrot 19 up, Lima, descend altitude 4000 until established on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway 19 left approach.
Direct center fix 19 left, descend altitude 4000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 19 left approach, Qantas 500. So, we can go down to 4,000 now, and we can go direct. So we can go LNAV and VNAV. Now, good stuff. And it's going to go up speed. Good, perfect. That is exactly what we want to see. Yeah, it's just slowing down at the minute, slowing the aircraft down. Look at these cloud formations. That looks super cool. Hopefully that's not over the airport. So yeah, platform altitude is 4,000 here, which is good. We have the tower frequency preset, which is good. Good stuff. All right. A little bit high on profile, but we are fixing that. Beautiful. Looks great. So I like that from the intentions. I know we got a pretty long diversion or vectors. I don't know what the reason was, but it's pretty cool having these sort of interesting little quirks that it gives us. You know, they will have the same in real life, where sometimes you get vectors for spacing or avoid particular airspace or whatever reason it might be. It just adds a little bit of uncertainty to your flights, which I think is really cool. Alright, 1,000 to go. Now continue the descent there. Been in the air a little bit longer than expected. We were expected to be in the air 1 hour 15. It's currently 1 hour 21. So a little bit longer, but we still got plenty of fuel. We won't have to call minimum fuel until we're at 1.9, so we got plenty. Considering we're not using much at the minute anyway. I mean, our fuel flow is 0.81, so yeah, not much. Does GSX make every jetway work? I think with their World Jetway thing that they have, potentially. But of course I'm using it with add-on scenery, so. Didn't Airplane Beta 12.1 something increase perf? I think 12.1 and 12.2 did increase performance a little bit. For me at least, but it's been pretty different for everyone. But yeah, I do have GSX running at the minute. I don't have a specific GSX profile for Brisbane Airport, but it should still be fine. I'm not sure if one was included or not, I will check. But yeah, here's our platform altitude, 4,000, so we're slowly descending towards that. 200 knots is good. And our go-around altitude is 4,000, so we can just leave that as it is. Airport is over there somewhere. Yeah, the Neos take a lot longer to start as well, definitely. Good stuff. I like this. Looks pretty good. I have a feeling we might clip this cloud as we go in to Brisbane, potentially. Let's see. Sitting here on the runway having to delay takeoff because of oil temp. Yeah, it takes, just take its time. Alright, let's go approach mode then. There we are, we'll arm that.
500, contact Brisbane Tower on 118.0.
Tower on 118.0, 12500. So we had that preset, so we can just transfer it. And we'll call them up in a second once we're established on the localizer. In the meantime, I'll get ground frequency set. 1217. So that's preset, establishing on the ILS. Good, let's call them up. And on the glass slope, lovely. Brisbane Tower, Qantas 500, established ILS 19 left. Alright, established, good. So, let's go, let's arm speed brake.
Qantas 500,
Flaps
Brisbane
1.
Tower, wind 185 at 6, runway 19 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 19 left. Qantas 500. Good. Bug, flap 1 speed.
Qantas 500, say again please.
Cleared to land, runway 19 left, Qantas 500. Alright, we can see Brisbane there. Coming up, I'm going to have to add a little bit of speed brake here, help us slow down. I might even go flaps 5. What's my speed to flap 5? 215, flap 5, 250 knots, so we can go flap 5. Which I'm going to do, help it give us a little bit more drag. Help us slow down a little bit here. Because at the minute, the plane does not want to slow down.
2500.
Yeah. Speed brake. Let's try and get this thing slowed down. We have to hefty tailwind, that's probably why. We'll get the gear out early then. That should help. When can I go flat 15, 200? Right. As soon as we're under 200, I'll put flat 15 out. And then what's our landing? Oh, we didn't do our landing speed. 128, I'll do. Come on. Get under 200. So we can go flat 15. Flat 15. We'll book that speed. Everything else is set for landing. We got go around altitude 4000 set. Good stuff. Alright. Pretty much ready here. Gear is down. We just got to get our flaps in. So we're going to flap 25 now. And we'll bug the ref speed, which is 138. Get Tobii eye tracker going. Looks really cool. And flaps 30.
1,000.
Bit of a stutter. And I'll stow the speed brake there. We'll arm it. Disconnect the auto throttle. And we'll hand fly it. Alright. My aircraft then. Make sure we don't get too low. Look at that, you can see Brisbane City in the background. This looks absolutely fantastic. Keeping it slightly fast.
400.
Fine, we got plenty of runway. 2 white, 2 red, looking good.
300.
Bit low now.
Approaching minimums.
Oh, sky dolly. Hit record.
200.
There we are.
Minimums.
Continue. Don't get low.
100.
Good.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Don't float it. There it is. Flatter nose wheel down. Reverses out. Long stutter. Jeez, that's not good. Where's that? Lost the scaling again. That's lost the scaling, causing the... I've had this issue before. I can't actually see what I'm doing. I'm just going to slam the brakes.
17500, welcome to Brisbane. Contact ground on 124.05.
I had this issue before. Lossless just locked up with Microsoft Flight Sim. Let me see if I can... I can force quit it. I don't know why I can't. No, it's not WASM, it's lost the scaling because I can hear everything happening in the background. The sim is still running, it's just we can't see because lost the scaling is basically frozen the screen completely. But if I go... I apologize guys. What if I do this? I have an idea. My game capture flight sim. Yeah, there we are. See, it's working. Right, I'm gonna... Where are we? I'm flying off OBS because I can't see what's happening at the minute. So I can only see what's happening on OBS. Apologies guys. Just, I don't know why it does this. I've only ever had it once before, but Lossless just completely freezes my monitor. Completely. I have no idea why. What if I turn it off and on? the actual monitor. I apologize if that causes a lot of issues for you. No, that's still not fixed. Yeah, I can't actually make the sim. Oh, there we are. We got it. Alright, I can see. Alright, we're back. We are back. Let's figure out what we're doing. Always happens on stream. Always. Can I now make lossless scaling work? Now you're working. Okay, we are back. Yeah, Alex, I don't know why. I don't know what the bot's doing. Alright, well, that wasn't particularly great, was it? Yeah, potentially all caps. Nightbot doesn't like all caps. Alright, let me stop the recording on Sky Dolly. Let's actually exit. What did... Alright, let's contact agency. Contact ground 12405. Qantas 500. Alright, okay. Yeah, I've had that once before. It's really annoying. 12405, but now I know how to fix it, I think. 12405. Alright, now let's get off this runway. At least it didn't happen on final or anything. At least we were down. Brisbane ground, Qantas 500 is vacating runway 19 left.
Qantas 500, taxi to the gate via taxiway Alpha. Contact ground on 124.05 when clear of the runway.
Did I not switch it? Oh, I didn't. Whoops. Let's just stop here. Brisbane ground, Qantas 500 vacated runway 19 left. See what stand it gives me. I will do Owen. I will do Owen.
Taxi to 16 via Alpha 7 Bravo Charlie 1. Good day.
Taxi to 16 via Alpha 7 Bravo Charlie 1. Qantas 500. Alright, so it wants Alpha 7, which is where we are now, Bravo 7, Charlie 1. Alright, I know where that is. And then, so yeah, stand 16 for the domestic terminal. Alright. Yeah, I'll show you how a Sky Dolly works in a second. No worries at all. So gate is going to be 16.
The chosen position is too small for your aircraft.
Way over there. We have Qantas. Let's do that. Okay, let's clean up the aircraft then a little bit. So, TA, stand by on the transponder. Lights. Let's make this turn here. Strobes off. Engine starts off. Not again. Nice grass, by the way. Nice ground textures as well. I'll show you the airport in detail, of course, once we get parked up. Auto brake off. Flight directors off. Weather radar can go off as well. We'll start the APU. There we are. We'll make this a speedy taxi, I reckon. Yeah, Brisbane V2 from Orbx, looking really nice. Of course, they are local to the area. And I believe the devs all know the area in real life as well, is what they said. So it's pretty accurate, but we'll take a look in more detail. Of course, never been here myself. But yeah, it does look really nice. Great for some regional Australian operations. Brilliant, Strudel. Thank you very much, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Absolutely. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, lots of Qantas and Virgin Australia as well. I almost did do a Virgin Australia route today. I did think about doing it in the Max as well, in the iFly. But then I saw this livery for the 738. I had to. So yeah, we're heading over to the domestic terminal. And so yeah, I'll show you guys the airport in detail. We'll take a look at the replay as well. APU is online, that's good. I'm glad we managed to save that, because last time I had that issue I had to restart the we're gonna, is it here we're turning? Yes. Yeah, last time that happened I had to restart the entire PC, which was super annoying. Right, so we're heading here, and then stand 16. Where is stand 16? I believe it's this one. No, that's 17. This next one is 16, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 16 is this one. You can see the marshal are waiting for us. Get the lights off so we don't blind him. Get it round. Bit of clutter in the way of the aircraft. Another meter to go. Right, we'll stop there. Parking brake is set. We'll get onto the APU gens. APU bleed. We'll go on and we'll cut the engines there then. Alright, so that will end the flight on Helvetics automatically. You can see there, you can see the huge diversion we got, and then a landing of 135 feet per minute. Not too bad in the end. We'll close that, we don't need that anymore. And alright, let's take a look at the replay, and then I'll show you the then I will show you the airport. I'm going to put all the lights out and flaps out, so for the replay purposes. Okay, so Sky Dolly, let's have a look at that. Come on. So this is Sky Dolly. It's just an application you download and run. It automatically connects to the simulator. And all you do is when you first load, you can hit record here. It'll be red. You can hit record and that's it. You leave this in the background, you fly your flight. When you actually want to go ahead and replay your flight, you can see here it's already remembered it, so you can like make loads of them and replay a bunch at once. But yeah, I'm gonna click this and hit play. And then, as you can see, it's playing the replay.
Terrain. Too low.
So we can take a look here at the landing. This is a bit of a floater, but not too bad. Very nice touchdown in the end. Oh yes. Yeah, it was really nice until we started heading off into no man's land. So yeah, now on here I can cycle back and forth, as you can see. So I can pause it right here if I wanted to. I can then go into drone cam. I can do something like this. And I can lock that there. And now just fly out, make a little flyby view here is what we're doing. So we'll just change the speed here. Why is it still so quick? Why are you so quick? Okay, that's just being weird, I guess. I am gonna just end FSLTL because it still injects aircraft, as you can see. Yeah, there it goes. Why are you being weird? Oh, rotation speed. That's better. Thank you, Alex. After all these years, still not 100% used to this camera system. Don't particularly like it. Well, there you go. Alright, hold up there. Let's zoom in a little bit and let's watch the replay. Hopefully we get a nice flyby. It's actually a decent landing. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, it doesn't track the aircraft very well, to be fair, but wasn't too bad. So we can do a little something like this. It's actually a very nice ocean. Let's bring it over here and do this. So we'll unlock that and we'll head over here and do like a threshold view, I think. Let's try and get it as center as we can. Alright, that looks good. Let's do that. We'll play it. The aircraft's gonna come in from behind us, but it should be pretty cool. Yes. Not bad at all. Yeah, and then we just veer off. Right, so I'm just gonna... Now the only problem is when you stop the replay, it just leaves the aircraft where it is, which is kind of annoying. When do you load it? Just before you land? Yes, just before you land, yeah, and hit record. Do you use Fly Central? No, I don't actually know what that is. Okay, anyway. Let's take a look at the airport now. So, let's we'll speed it up. So here you can... No, don't go YSSY. Here you can see an overview of the airport. Shall we let's make the weather all nice and sunny. How about that? Yeah, look at that. Cool. Alright, so here is Orbx Brisbane Airport V2 for Microsoft Flight Sim. And Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, so for both sims. Looks really, really nice. Nice textures. Performance is actually pretty good. I'm getting a little bit of stuttering, but that's my PC being pretty limited. Otherwise, it's actually pretty nice. You got a little, what looks like a GA ramp here, Qantas Link, all very nicely done. Airbus helicopters, very cool. I didn't know they had that there. And Virgin Australia, very, very cool. As you can see, it does look pretty good. All the vegetation everywhere. We'll head over to the main terminal area in a second. Got another hangar here. What's this? Northrop Grumman, very cool. Qantas, some big names here. Of course, Qantas is expected. And then we'll, let me just re-enable. Yeah, nice and smooth. You can see the meshwork here, little divot. Looks pretty cool. Of course, I'm not familiar with the area, but just based on what I'm seeing, everything looks really nice. We got, what terminal is this? This is the international terminal here. Looking really good. Of course, there's no aircraft here because I'm not running FSLTL at the minute, but if you were, they would all appear. And it all looks very, very good indeed. Let's take a look. Is there a... Yes, there is. Nice interior. There's no models or anything. Like, oh, there is. Hello. Very cool. That's pretty nice, actually. As you guys know, I'm not hugely bothered about interiors too much. I think this is just the right sort of level of detail. I don't need super high levels of detail inside, just enough so when I'm sat here on stand, you know, looking inside, it looks alive, you know, and it does. It looks really good. Nice variation in the cars part there. It's all random, which is always nice to see. There's clutter about as well, you know, completely random as well. No copy and paste. All the gates as well, looking good. So that is the international terminal, looking very, very nice. Lots and lots of gates there ready to be used, and again, everything over here looks really cool. And then here we got the this is now the domestic terminal over here, probably the busiest one. And we got the jetways here, Donata Catering, Binge. I don't know what Binge is, but it is there. Yeah, and all the jetways as you would expect with the Marriott. Oh no, sorry, Ibis Hotel over here. Very nice. I'm sure these interiors are modelled as well. If I bring the drone speed down a little bit. Yeah, all of this is modelled as well. So, yeah, absolutely can't complain about this. Pretty decent, in my opinion. And, yeah, now it's all pretty much the domestic terminal, as you can see. But, yeah, really nice airport and great. Brisbane is a great airport, especially if you're flying a lot in Australia and stuff like that. It's really cool. Nice airport, for sure. You can, of course, get the Brisbane landmark pack as well for the city over there, which I am tempted. I'm tempted to check that out. Be the perfect addition to this. You can see the ground side is all nicely modelled as well. There's some parked cars and people standing around, which is really cool. You got the Wi-Fi stuff here. Never been to Australia, but I do really want to visit. I don't know what building this is. Looks like it's just a car park. Looks like, but the ground side has been made pretty nicely as well. Got a little Qantas logo there. Look at that. All looks very good to me. Cannot complain at all. And then we got the other runway here on the opposite side. And all looking pretty good to me. Looks like Brisbane Airport's in a nice area. It's sort of out of the way, but nice direct road there into the city. It looks really cool, actually. Would love to visit. There's Brisbane Port, of course. Looking good. So yeah, very happy with the airport, for sure. There is a link in the description if you do want to check it out. Big thank you to Orbx for providing a copy of the airport. I should be taking a look at the X-Plane 12 version as well, which is really cool, really exciting. Look at this nice meshwork and look at those ambient sounds. The water as you get closer to it, that's cool. I've never noticed that before. Nice vegetation and stuff. I'm using global forest as well, which is probably changing the vegetation a little bit. And the trees, but yeah, global forest paired up really nicely. Yeah, all in all, looks really good. Surrounding area looks really good as well. Yeah. Excuse me, can't complain about that at all. And then yeah, there's a city over there, which from back here the photogrammetry is going to look pretty bad, but I think as we get closer, this isn't included with the airport. I'm just curious as to how it's going to look, and then we'll end the stream there, I reckon. Yeah, real nice. Oh, look at this. This must be included with the airport, I presume. OZ Trail. Very cool. Oz Trail. Really nice. like I said, I'm not familiar with the area in real life, but looks good to me, and Microsoft Flight Sim is looking just beautiful right now. Look at this. Really, really nice. This whole photogrammetry down here. It is. Nice photogrammetry, actually. Very nice. And then, yeah, here's the city. It looks good. Maybe we'll get the Brisbane Landmarks pack to go along with it and complement it. But yeah, it looks nice. What a beautiful place. How cool. Australia's definitely up there on the list to visit. That's for sure. Looks really cool. It really does. Looks very nice. But yeah, we're going to end the stream there then, I reckon. Thank you all very much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow in X-Plane. Probably taking a look at the TDS GTN 750 update, which was really cool as well. Let's get a nice, yeah, look at that. Yeah, so we'll take a look at the GTN 750 tomorrow, either in the Captain Iceman Pipers, or maybe in the Cessna Citation or the Thrander PC-12. We'll have to take a look. Very much into turboprops right now, so PC-12 is looking pretty good at the minute. But we'll see. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.